common sense with the senior delinquents.
We've both been coming to the PGA show for a lot of years. Back in the boom times, when Tiger was a superstar, through the lean times, and now golf is once again booming.
The greatest collection of golf gear is found here in Orlando at the PGA Merchandise Show.
On this show, we're going to be featuring some things that haven't been seen before.
Renowned instructor David Ledbetter and Shark Tank creator Kevin Harrington on past game changers and a look into the future.
When I'm on course now, I don't want to sound paranoid, but I'm being followed.
Some of your favorite drinks that can speed up the game as long as you don't have too many.
And a professor of golf who has worked with the greatest champions in all sports and what you might learn from him.
All this on the Senior Delinquents today. New products are always fighting for attention. This year, some products got special attention in the PGA's version of Shark Tank. 5 presenters were given 3 minutes to pitch their products to an expert panel of judges that included world-famous golf instructor David Ledbetter and Kevin Harrington, one of the original sharks on Shark Tank.
The competition got us thinking about which products outside of the major club manufacturers caught their eye and have made an impact on the game.
My About Golf simulator had it installed, on-course instruction. They get to work on their game 24/7, and I could teach 24/7. So the simulator has really changed the game of golf.
Dennis, his reply was amazing to me because I had done the first marketing videos for About Golf simulators.
Jamie, I've known David Ledbetter for many years, and I had to ask him what products really made an impact on him as a golf instructor. Of the training aids that you can think of right now, give me 2 or 3 that you think were really good and had a real impact on the game of golf.
I think the orange whippy is really a good piece of equipment for your rhythm, you know. And I actually liked a little thing that Greg Norman brought out called the Secret. You put it at the back of your wrist in plastic and actually help you to keep the angle at the back of the right wrist, so to keep the lags. You know, you had that big circle, the planer, I think it was called. It gives you a good image of the shape of the swing. It's like a wagon wheel on its side. Arnold Palmer said the most important part of the swing is the first 2 feet, the takeaway. The straightaway, simply clip it on your club. And this gets you into a perfect takeaway position. If you get off track early, I mean, now you've got to compensate. And if you look, it's interesting how many of the pros today rehearse that takeaway.
I had actually written some of the first infomercials ever produced and was again surprised when I asked Kevin Harrington what golf product resonated with him.
My first PGA golf show was 1991. And I'm walking the show, and there Davis Love was swinging a golf club, and I said, Davis, what is that? He said, well, try it. And I swing, and it had a hinge in it, and if you didn't swing properly, you couldn't swing the club. It was called the Medicus.
The Medicus Club.
And we did that show. That did $250 million in sales, and we sold the company. It was an awesome deal. So that's why I love the PGA Golf Show.
Well, you know, Jamie, the Medicus was the first golf infomercial.
And Dennis, just to let everyone know who won the competition, it was the Grip Caddy, an Austrian product that keeps your grips clean and lasting longer.
Well, Jamie, that winner is low tech, but AI is leading the charge for high tech. So we had to ask David and Kevin their impressions on AI's place in the golf industry.
Well, you know, I don't have any intelligence, so any intelligence I have is artificial. So I have a lot of AI.
Are you threatened by it at all?
It's never going to have the instinct that we have. And a lot of times when I'm teaching, somebody will be watching me and say, well, why did you do that with that player? And I literally have to think afterwards why I did it. And that's where instinct comes in. We're going to see things in the future whereby somebody's going to step into a sort of a hologram and add into account, and you'll be able to just almost design a swing for somebody. It all boils down to, is golf an art or a science?
AI is changing the world, and I've invested in AI companies. In the world of golf, I know they're using AI for data consumption and that kind of stuff, but I think as the people that are very smart in software start analyzing where AI can be used in golf, it's going to change golf also.
So the applications are still to come, because a lot of companies are now tagging on, even today, AI. And I asked the employee, how does the AI come in? Does it analyze the data? Does it simplify it? So is it a buzzword now?
I think it's evolving. There are specific benefits to it in, like I mentioned, telemarketing. Golf, people are talking about it. Here we are at the PGA show. It's a big buzz here, but I want to see the real meat, if you know what I'm saying. So I think next year we're going to see some real AI applications here.
To be continued.
Yes.
For a long time, walking on the golf course has always been a joy and great exercise for me. But in the Florida heat, carrying clubs or even pushing a cart is really taxing. So for the past couple of years, I have been using the Alphard Club Booster V2. It's adapted to power my old Sun Mountain cart and fits into the trunk of my car. But while still a good walk, something wasn't quite right.
One of the things that I would like to have seen is that one speed was a little too slow, the other was a little too fast, but you have a product that follows me at my pace. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it's a device called TFS, Tether Follow Sensor. That's what it stands for. It's basically a tether that clips onto your body. It senses your pace and your direction so that it's always keeps a constant distance between you and the cart. It stops when it's 6 feet behind you, and then you can unclip it, take your shot, and then reclip it, and then off you go. You can always use the tether or the remote at the same time. So once it's unclipped, the remote is activated.
When I was in Canada doing a show from Prince Edward Island, and I saw the cart girl arrive with my favorite drink, the Bloody Caesar, already prepared, I was almost in a state of shock.
Jamie, I'd be envious, but at the show, I found a company that has my favorite drinks ready to go.
Too many buddy trips, wanting a better cocktail, and fumbling around with plastic straws and lids with our favorite drink, the Transfusion. The whole idea was to give you a more authentic cocktail in a can, speed up the pace of play so you're not waiting on the beverage cart, and you're getting more of a consistent flavor with each drink. We've got a ranch water, tequila soda lime. We've got a Bloody Mary, traditional. We've got a Southside, which is mint lime soda vodka, Transfusion, ginger grape lime vodka, and finally our version of Arnold Palmer, so tea, lemon vodka.
I've had a couple. They're good. And I'm not just saying that because the owner is standing next to me and is giving me a six-pack when I leave. But no, I'm just kidding. They're good. So coming to a golf course or neighborhood near you soon.
That's right, 4 craft cocktails.
At Bay Hill, at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, I witnessed an amazing thing. Tiger Woods, who was in his prime at that time, on the practice range, watching him warm up just a few yards back, he carved out an almost perfect rectangle of divots, every one the same depth. At the show, many golf professionals attend professional seminars. I dropped in to catch mentally tough mindset of a champion, led by an amazing speaker who gave insights on how the mind can be trained to enhance sports performance.
There are 3 phases to learning. There's the beginning part where you are learning the mechanics, and then the second phase is where you are understanding it, and then the third phase is master it.
You showed me something in terms of how to improve your focus. Maybe you could tell us just a little about how.
Yeah, a narrow focus has a tendency to redirect all of your other senses as well with the dominant sensory area, which is the eyes. And if the eyes can bring you to a narrow focus and you focus on what the eyes see with disciplined thinking, the other stuff can't get in because you close the door. And that's when the swing becomes simple, because you're not really thinking about the swing, you're thinking about what it is that you're trying to accomplish, which is move this object, a stationary object, to a target down the fairway. The entire process that kind of is the glue that causes that swing to work.
You're not going to make it easy for us?
No, is tempo. And if you focus on your tempo, it can really speed up the process from understanding to mastery. And the key word here is feel it, connect with it, and it feels right. And there are different components of it that lets you know that it's right, like that whoosh at the bottom of the swing that can tell you, this is just right. You know what I mean? And then you address the ball and let it happen.
Tiger Woods seemed to have that focus. Maybe you could tell us that experience with Tiger and what he gave you and what you took away from it.
Well, in the conversation I had with him, he did have a sports psychologist working with him, but my research on Tiger, and I do mean research extensive, I studied this guy, and I have found that his Buddhist background, a cultural phenomenon that is a way of life, was a huge advantage for him. Meditative states is what the pre-shot routine is. And when you go into a meditative state, you're not thinking about processes and you're thinking about being. And the body is doing its own thing. So Tiger, he said, I play my best golf when I feel like a spectator in my own body. Translated, it means I just let it happen. I trust my swing.
You can visit our website where all episodes and more of the Senior Delinquents can be seen, as well as on various other platforms. I wish we could have learned more about hyper-focusing our game, Jamie. Jamie?
Oh, sorry, Dennis. I was playing outside my body and under par. So, until next time, hi-ho, Silvers, away.